What's the word, Cosmic Family? It's your boy Conscious Cozy Kane, and we finna get out the subconscious, man. So for real, I just was pulled to say something and to bring this up and to speak. I was listening to a podcast a few minutes ago, something that grabbed my attention. He said something like activated beings, and he talking about, people that look like me. So I had to pause the video because at that point I'm like, bro, and even before that, we hear titles. Everybody, it seems like everybody, every ethnicity, every race, every group of people around the world, they have one name that you call them. The region that they're from, that's what you call them. So at this point, it's like, it's frustrating because, at least for me, or people, that's aware like me and still learning, it's frustrating because when I know better, I do better. And so like, if I know certain things, okay, so let me just start here. So blacks, they called us blacks. They called us, I ain't gonna drop the N-word, but they called us that, they called us blacks. So a lot of us still say blacks, you know what I'm saying? Like black power, all that stuff. I get it. That's on one level, you know what I'm saying? That's on one level. A lot of us do not know that here in America, in the States, in the law, black means, in the eyes of the law, black means that you legally dead, you know what I'm saying? And y'all can look it up too. It means you legally dead. And so when I learned that, I'm like, okay, I don't want to call myself black no more. And I don't want to call my people or anybody else black. I'm just going to say melanated. But I can't even say that because that's not all the way true as well, because everybody has melanin. We just happen to have more. So I'm like, all right, I could say carbon beings, you know what I'm saying? Because then African American is just, I could say carbon beings. And then, like I said, when I heard the podcast, he was like activated beings, activated woman, activated man, or activated God, goddesses. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many titles. And it just made me think like, bro, it really pissed me off, bro. Because it's like, why we don't have none? And it's sad because like, we know why we don't have none. And then it's gonna be it's like damn near a divide, because some people will be like, oh, we've always been in America. They didn't bring people from Africa over to the United States. Or then some people are like, oh, well, yeah, they did bring people over, all that stuff. I'm not here to debate. I'm not here to debate. I promise you. On certain things, I'm not gonna debate. I'm not gonna debate. Because you either do your own research and find your own answers. Some things I'm not gonna debate, you know what I'm saying? Like certain topics, like, and this is gonna be a little off, but certain topics like when it comes to man, male and female, or man and woman or whatever, it's always gonna, like, especially relationship talks, it's always gonna come down to a perspective or opinion. And I'm not saying like the whole, were we in America first or did slavery happen? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's an opinion or perspective, but I'm saying like it's important, but at the same time, like, let's focus on, and I trust and believe, I'm saying like it's important, but at the same time, like, what's the bigger picture of it all? Can we all just get together? You know what I'm saying? Can we all just push things forward? We can debate afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's finish the mission at hand. We don't even. So it's frustrating, like, growing in America as an African American, not knowing where, your tribe that you came from. And yeah, I'm speaking from a perspective like my people coming from, or my ancestors coming from Africa. So it's like, and I've been told by Africans, you look like you part of such and such tribe. And it's just like, damn, it sucks because I don't know. So it's like everybody, I ain't really going nowhere with this. I just had to kind of vent and like put that out there, because I know somebody feel the same way. And that shit annoying. Like, we really don't. We got a lot of names floating around. We got a lot of labels and titles for ourselves floating around, and that's that's good. We a special type of people. We've been through a lot, so certain things are set up like that. but I feel we need to come together. And then another title would be more too. But then there's some people that don't even know like the deeper meaning of more. Some people look at more tied to, you know, on a surface level. When they hear more, they just think on that one level instead of the origin of more. More just meant your complexion back then. But I guess that still goes back to my point. I don't know. So, but I was saying was we need to come together with a collective name for us. Something that's gonna stick, because we need to create the narrative, not letting people call us whatever they want to call us, you know. So if you're watching this and I get it, it's to the point to where we have black businesses that have the name black in the business. So I'ma still, it's not like I wouldn't support it still. Like I still rock the stuff, but at the same time it's like I'ma let it be known when you talking to me. But I'm saying moving forward, if you have this mindset and you going around, you know what I'm saying, black people, if you doing that, then it's like, just hear me out and listen to this, or do your own research. Look that up, because this is, and they've been doing this, just like the whole, you know, colored. They've been doing this, man. They've been labeling us for their own benefit. And I feel like that's also why the whole legal system, the court system, I say, it has to do. So if police came from slave patrol, you know, back in the day, you could add that with the court system saying black means legally deceased or legally dead in the eyes of the law. So if you pair both of them together, it definitely makes sense on why the fuck they killing us the most, like police. You know what I'm saying? Because fuck is the consequence. You know what I'm saying? You see all these cops getting nothing for real for what they doing. And it don't matter. Just like the goddess Real Kaya, I think that's how you say her name, yeah. It's like how she said, skin folk ain't kinfolk, you know. So just because you got somebody that's carbon or whatever you want to call it, melanated, I don't know. I told you, I don't know. Just because you got somebody that look like me as an officer in the force does not mean that they is on your side. I wholeheartedly feel that they sell out. So I ain't gonna lie. Cause and that's another topic. I ain't saying it ain't no good cops out there or whatever. But it's like, if you see where it come from, if you see where it stem from, the origins of it all. And yeah, we could do better, but it's like they was made to protect the Europeans, the Caucasians, you know what I'm saying? Now, if we made it into something new, then that's a different story. But for now, it's rooted from back then. If we really want to switch it up, then if you really want to make a difference, let's create our own. And I think we've been saying this too, like, let's create our own police, you know, protection squad or whatever you want to call it, citizen safety. Let's create our own and should go from there. Joining something where the roots don't make sense, it just don't make sense to me. It don't make sense. I really just wanted to get on here and say that. It was about 13 minutes. So just take them keynotes, man. Let's come together. Let's build together. We can go back and forth all day, you know, on what happened in the past. Somebody is right. But at the end of the day, we all are from the same. It don't matter if you from Haiti, Jamaica, Africa, Canada, Asia. It don't matter. We all. So let's just push for us, you know? And it's not like a superiority thing. It's just having pride in where we come from. It shouldn't be frowned upon because other groups do it, other collectives do it, other regions do it. Why can't we do that? Why can't we have that pride, you know? It's weird. And then I guess this is a perfect time to bring the word of the day. It just popped in my head because we look at pride and self-love and selfish, you know, in different ways. We look at pride like a negative thing. And I used to look at it like that too. But now it's like, nah, you just proud of who you are, what you are, where you come from. Like, what is wrong with that? So that's one thing. Maybe you got self-love and selfishness. It's a thin line, but still, I'm embracing over the past few years, I've been embracing self-care and self-love because, and some people be like, oh, you've been, you know, real selfish. You can view it like that, but That's on you. That's your perspective. You projecting at this point. I'm just doing what I feel is best for me, whether that's protecting my energy, whether that's building me up, all that. So you could keep that projecting. I don't, what I be saying? You gotta talk to your subconscious too. It's been a minute since I had to say it. You see, I'm taking a minute. I don't accept that thought to get rid of them, block anything that you don't assimilate with or align with. But back to my point, I touched on pride, I touched on self-love and selfishness. But the word of the day is humble. Humble reminds me of pride. Pride reminds me of humble, because we told not to, we told not to be prideful. We told to be humble. Let's look at Vegeta. All my Dragon Ball Z fans. He had so much pride for where he came from. And I don't think anybody that watched that show would look at him and be like, oh, dude, like, what's wrong with you? You obsessed of who you are. Why is that a bad thing? Like, that's a high form of love. I look at it like, if anything, if you looking at that person like that, then you need to do some type of, work within yourself, I feel. You need to sit with yourself and be with yourself for a while. Back to humble. So humble, dang, but then I just gave y'all, I guess y'all might get, shit, y'all got black. And I didn't even break down black completely, but y'all just gonna get 2, so it might be 1.5, 2, or whatever. So humble mean, y'all know what humble means. We told all the time. It's funny, one of my associates that I've worked with in the past, he was told by somebody that he worked with, like, bro, you need to be humble.
Shut the fuck up.
Because he was, ecstatic about his accomplishments and, like how dope and cool he is. And he's really great. He's a videographer. Like, who the fuck is you to tell me to be humble? Don't that sound crazy? So the etymology of humble is to be lowly, to be below. So think when you hear, and that's what I'm saying, like, etymology is so powerful. You can hear it damn near in the English form, because when you hear it's like I ain't gonna lie, when I always heard humble, something just sounded off to me, like be humble or like I'm humble. It just didn't sound right. It's like belittling. And so think of you walk into a throne room and you finna talk to a king, and then the king's, whatever you want to call them, assistants, you might not know how to act in the throne room, and then the assistants be like, you need to calm down, you need to be humble, you need to bow down. Actually, it's from the same place. I feel it's from the same place. So yeah, honestly, fuck being humble. Fuck being humble. Step in your power and talk your shit, like, for real. And that's why etymology is important. Like, I was talking to somebody some weeks ago, and they was like, well, things might have meant something back then, but they mean stuff now. And we wasn't even talking about humble or etymology. I'm like, if you want to look at it like that, okay, that's cool. And I get it. Stuff does switch up, but we gotta look at it from the core, where it came from, where it stemmed from, because it still holds power there, in my opinion. And I'm just like, I wanna know where it came from. I wanna know what power I'm giving out, what I'm saying, I wanna make it make sense. That's really where I'm at with it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm finna get back to this, absorbing this information. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and speak my piece. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all listening. Love, light, darkness. Tap in with y'all. Y'all be cool. Get y'all some sunlight. And I'm out. I did forget to say non-ether. I thought about that before. Like, might just start saying non-ether. A lot of people not gonna get that, but I guess that's where we come in to educate and spread, information. So that might be one of the ones.
You think about the double helix. Remember 9 ether beings, deoxyetheric acid, right? If you think about the double helix, the links that link the double helix together they call them hydrogen links.